You're listening to Otto's Powerhouse.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's podcast. And okay, it's that time again. I'm waiting, for the clock to be a certain hour so that I can clock in and begin generating revenue. Well, I figured I might as well do something useful while I'm waiting, right? And what can be more useful than talking to you, my favorite people? You know what? Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in every time, every time that you see. You might get notifications saying Pato just did another foul thing on the internet. Thank you for tuning in and listening to what I gotta say. So as I am sitting here waiting for the clock to strike that certain time, I am what am I doing? I am thinking about how this past week I didn't get a chance to record because, well, the other job where I usually do the guard thing too, which, by the way, Tales from the Guard Shack, we released an episode. We were dared by this dude called Johnny Bravo to, just set the record button and go about our business for a while there. And we did about 20 minutes. I mean, come on, guard work can only be so interesting, right? I mean, it's kind of like watching other people play video games. I don't know about you, but that doesn't do anything for me. Unless I'm the one playing video games. I mean, watching other people play video games doesn't do it for me. Of course, I guess all these kids, that's how they learn all these moves and cheat codes so they can go try it on their own games and stuff like that. I see it, I guess, as a learning purpose. I just wish they would use that time for something more productive. Okay, there. Enough griping. All I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, is that Tales from the Guard Shack, we managed to record live direct in full uniform. K-Dog and I got together and did that one at a site where we both happened to work together. So we did the thing, and the big thing about this is that we've submitted Tales from the Guard Shack to iHeartRadio and Spotify. So hopefully in a few weeks, fingers crossed, in fact, we're speaking it into reality. In a few weeks, you'll be able to get Tales from the Guard Shack, not just from Spreaker, but from Spotify and iHeartRadio. And eventually, I got to get off my lazy butt and submit them to Google Play and iTunes because, well, usually that was the go-to thing to do, but lately I've been so overworked and running around, grandkid. Yeah, I said grandkids' birthdays, 31st, one turned 8, the 9th, the little one turned 1, so it's crazy. I mean, it's hard to be everywhere at once. And then, it's, I don't know, I guess I'm not omnipresent. None of us are. So all I'm saying is, it took a toll on me. This last few nights, I've been going to bed quite early. I mean, yesterday I hit up K-Dog, early enough, to see. I noticed that he was on his in Instagrams, and I saw he was on, so I hit him up to see if he would, are you down for a Cursory Overload episode? Didn't hear a peep from that motherfucker, so I figured, okay, he must have shit going on because when doesn't he? So, I said, okay, fuck this shit, I'm going to sleep. And I went to sleep. And I gotta admit, though, this last few days, I mean, I feel very well rested in the head. I've been going to sleep quite early. Kids are still out there. I mean, because it's like 7:30ish, maybe, or 7, maybe even earlier. I don't know. All I know is I got home from work, ate dinner, and was up for a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. I guess I needed to sleep like that. I really feel well rested and, just shit like that. Anyway, so what's the big thing that I wanted to talk about? Howard the motherfucking Duck. Yeah. So, how many? Well, you got to be old school, and I'm old school. So I watched Howard the Duck back in the day when it was a thing, Leah Thompson, yeah, and the whole making out with the duck thing. That was a freaky movie. I mean, Howard the Duck. I mean, as kids, I mean, who? Of course, we like Howard the Duck. Now, I heard the movie sucked, and that George Lucas for a while didn't even want to talk about the fact that Howard the Duck was a thing. But, like I said, for us kids that grew up watching that, I think we watched it on cable by the time we even learned of such thing as Howard the Duck. But the thing is that apparently Hulu is going to be rebooting it or something. There's going to be, I don't know if it's a film or a series or what the hell, but apparently Kevin Smith is one of the writers. Now, the other writer, I cannot think of his name right now, but he's, hold on, I'm going to have to look him up because it ain't fair to just, suck Kevin Smith's dick and then leave the other guy there just hanging, right? Alright, I looked him up. Dave Willis. I guess he does stuff for Adult Swim, so I don't know, it should be interesting. I mean, I guess this thing, Kevin Smith put out a tweet, thanking Hulu for allowing him to do foul things to Howard the Duck. So I feel that that's going to be interesting. I mean, that might just twist my arm enough to get a fucking Hulu subscription. Because if you know anything, I mean, you heard it on cursory overload, and sometimes I vented it out here. I already have enough subscriptions. I feel. I mean, I cut the cord on cable a long time ago because I decided I didn't want to pay for shit I wasn't watching. So then all these subscriptions came along. In fact, I did not get a Netflix account till months before Daredevil premiered, because in fact, like I said before, it was like, y'all spend too much time watching TV anyway. That was my attitude. It wasn't until my son hit me up. It's like, hey, they're making a Daredevil live action series on Netflix, and that's when I got Netflix. So, but now, I mean, Hulu's doing the Howard the Duck thing, and the nostalgic feeling in me is telling me, I want to watch that. Of course, I gotta see what this is gonna be interesting, because it's got this Kevin Smith. It's gonna have this Kevin Smith feel to it, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's kind of fun. I mean, it's one of those things where you wake up, I mean, and you say, hey, what the fuck, man, Howard the Duck. I mean, we watched it on the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? You saw the Easter egg or cameo where the Collector had Howard the Duck there. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm very excited. I can't even say. I mean, I'm like fucking geeking out here, and it's funny. I'm gonna be 45 in a month or so, and I'm still fucking geeking out like a little kid. It's just awesome that this generation of ours, I mean, we're, before, I mean, you grew out of cartoons, you were supposed to go to work and never look back, like, that's for little kids. And we are the motherfucking generation that said, fuck you, I'm still watching cartoons, I'm still hanging out at Comic-Cons wasn't a thing till our generation, really, right? It was our generation that got that, maybe the previous generation kind of built it for us, I mean, the Stan Lees, Bob Kane's, I don't know. All I'm saying is that we are that generation that said, you know what? We refuse to grow up, man. I'm going to be 50 years old, still reading comic books, still watching cartoons, still having fun. Hey, I like theme parks, I like roller coasters, I like movies. Hey, I'm waiting for the motherfucking Avengers to come out. And I don't even know why I'm cursing so much. Maybe because I haven't had my dose of cursory overload. Because, I don't know. I'm not going to take any stabs at K-Dog today because, well, we all got shit going on, and I understand. And sometimes, you got to walk a mile in a person's shoes. I mean, but, that old saying, the show must go on. And podcasting is kind of like showbiz. Sometimes, fucking shit bad stuff is happening. And I say fucking shit bad, because I was just thinking about this old friend, he used to work with us. And in fact, some of his stories are gonna end up in Tales from the Guard Shack. It's a cool friend from Romania, and whenever things would go bad at the worksite, he would say, "Fucking shit, Batman," and that kind of stuck with us. And every time we say it, I mean, we think of this dude, very cool dude, the Romanian man. And eventually, like I said, we'll leave that for Tales from the Guard Shack. But right now, as I was saying, I understand that sometimes things go bad, and we can't get together and record and shit like that. But anyway, I was saying before I started telling K-Duck he's a slacker, I was saying that we're that generation that still watches cartoons, still reads comic books, and I think we're fucking proud of it. I mean, bottom line is, before my highlights were like, or not highlights. How can I say this? I used to think about, I want to go to Disneyland. And don't get me wrong, I love Disneyland. I love the rides. But what I really want to do right now is eventually make it out there to the Scum and Villainy Cantina and just hang out and watch Kevin Smith and Mark do their thing on Fat Man Beyond. Not necessarily... I don't even have to get picked to ask questions now. If I get, of course, I'm going to plug my Pato's Powerhouse and Cursory Overload like a motherfucker. But what I'm saying is, even if I don't get the chance to do that, just to be there and witness somebody that's been doing this since the beginning of podcast. 2007. 2007, you walked up to me or anybody or most people and hey, podcast? Do you listen to podcasts? We're like, what the fuck? Podcast? What the fuck is that? It's like recently it became like, oh, podcast. Now every motherfucker and their dog has a podcast. It's crazy. Everyone and their motherfucking dogs have a podcast. And K-Dog and I had started riding this wave a year ago, so we can say we're still rookies. We're still learning, but we're not totally like, oh, we just started our podcast. But the thing is, we got to keep doing that shit. So, Howard the Duck, the Avengers, and all that shit that's coming up, man. I'm really excited, and I might just get a fucking Hulu account because of that. Fuck you, Kevin Smith. I'm just saying. Nah, actually, and I mean that with the utmost respect. Howard the motherfucking dog, thank you, man. Appreciate that. And Dave Willis, the Adult Swim guy. Like I said, I cut the cord on cable, so Adult Swim is something I don't really watch unless it makes it on YouTube or the kids are talking about. Then I'm paying attention to shit like that. So, but for the most part, hey, I have a feeling it's gonna be fucking funny, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, it's a Tuesday. I don't know what you're doing or what you're gonna do. Maybe you're on your way to work. Maybe you're getting home from work. But anyway, be safe. Have a good one. Live each day like it's your last one, because it very well could be. Take the time to be with your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Show them you love them, because that's what it's really important. It's when it's all said and done, it's family, and that's why I can't be too mad at K-Dog sometimes when that fucker leaves me hanging, because sometimes shit happens. You got to take care of family. We understand that shit. So get your shit together, motherfucker. Let's see if we can record tonight. Assuming he listens to this podcast today. Anyway, y'all have a good one. See ya.
Pato's Powerhouse text line 602-529-7273.